I hope you guys are not missing out because this was an crazy peak for AI. There were announcement after announcement about new takes. So today in this video I'm going to break down everything that got released in this week. So without further ado, let's get started. So on Monday we got news that Stanford introduced the Alpaca model. What makes it special than other language model is that this model is trained on 2000 instructions, similar to the way GPT-3 model is trained. However, it is trained on so much fewer instructions, it is much more lightweight and can be operated on regular computers. Unlike GPT-3 and 4, which uses special units of GPUs made by NVIDIA for its computing power. Surprisingly, Alpaca model is as good as GPT-3 in terms of performance. All this with less computing power and resources. Elvis, a tech enthusiast on Twitter, he breaks it down by saying large language models are getting cheaper, better, and more accessible now. They tested it on a high-end graphics card and all it took is 3 hours for training it. Then they fine-tuned it using Meta's latest language model Llama that took another 2 hours. With this 5-hour training, your generative model Alpaca is ready for use. Some points need to be added in Alpaca model, like it is a superior version of Llama language model. Now on Tuesday, there was announcement after announcement, and one announcement totally got overshadowed by other major announcement. The poor thing that got totally sabotaged in spreading his words was Google. The most awaited OpenAI GPT-4 also released on the same day at the same time. Everyone was just so focused on GPT-4 that they totally missed the Google announcement, and it came to news on the next day. It was an insane release from Google. They released Palm API, just another large language model. It is similar to GPT-4 as it is also using the same architecture on which GPT-3, 4 and Llama language model are built. We can use Palm API for creating our own generative AI, similar to ChatGPT. Using Palm AI, we can create AI that can understand text and images. GPT-4 is just talk of this week. Forget this week, people are gonna talk about it in even next week. There are lots of questions in people's mind regarding this. Some are saying that this is going to remove these 20 jobs, and some saying it is great advancement, and for some it is similar to GPT 3.5. And to be honest, I am also that guy who thinks it is pretty much similar to GPT 3.5. This time OpenAI added image detection feature in their GPT model. Why I think GPT 3.5 is still better. You have seen how Bing stops reacting to your question even if she finds a little nuisance in your queries. She does that because it is based on GPT-4, and OpenAI says GPT-4 is much safer than GPT 3.5. But does it really that helpful? Not at all. They have added more restrictions. Means now it will not answer to many of your queries like Microsoft Binge. There is no denying that this is beating world's biggest exam like SAT with 90% accuracy, but do we really need chatbots for beating exams like
Absolutely
SAT?
not.
We want ChatGPT for understanding our queries better. But in this area, OpenAI has clearly mentioned that they did not have improved much, and it is also listed on the website is GPT-4 is still incapable of answering to your queries of year after 2021. By the way, I have found an article that where OpenAI wrote that you can jailbreak these AI models and these AI models will answer to your every queries, from making bombs to how to kill a human without being found. Scary, indeed it is. These AI are equipped with so many details that includes your personal stuff like driving license number, how many kids you have, your work hours, what cars you own, whatever you have uploaded on the internet is accessible to these AI models. We might be moving in a new era, but safety is still the first thing that we should consider. Now let's talk about Google, what they did on Tuesday. They pulled some crazy things this time. Google have equipped their workplace tools with AI means now working on Google Docs, Gmails has become easier than before. We can generate articles, auto answer to Gmails, produce better Google Slides, better Google Sheets, and various other things. Same day, Anthropo, a company on which Google have heavily invested in, introduced Cloud, which is their own version of a chatbot. Currently, it is like Cloudy is only available through API. Cloudy is also being used on several tools like Koi from Quora and like that AI which is built on Notion. Well, that's it for Tuesday. There were two announcements that I discussed. One was GPT-4 and then second was Google's. Google really made two announcements. First was their Palm API and second was they added AI in their ecosystem. Now on Wednesday, this day Midjourney was all over the web. Users were already mesmerized by the pictures of Midjourney already. They are incredibly good, nice colors, unique styles. Every image from Midjourneys are like out of this world. Everybody knows it. On Wednesday, they held a live 2-hour video where 2000 people appeared. It was already in a tweet by Midjourney that they are going to announce some major updates. Everybody was already accepting this, but the thing that put people out of balance that Midjourney made two major announcements. First was about new midjourney magazine, which is a curated collection of images from community as well as interviews and content around generative AI. It is pretty great move. There are also audience for this. Now making money is possible with generative art. Seems like easy work for many people, but believe me, a good quality of prompt uses a lot of mind and thinking. Curating is like giving respect to its author for his or her work. By the way, you can buy your first magazine for absolutely nothing. Just fill up the details and use the promotional code subscribers, and you have got your magazine for free. It is a nice update, but the second biggest announcement is still on the way. More precisely, the real big announcement of Midjourney. They launched Midjourney version 5. It is really incredible. With this update, now it can generate more realistic images than ever. Images of hand were not so good and appealable, but with this update, they have fixed it. Although it is not as perfect, but it is better than before. They have a new tiling feature that you can use to make tiled images that line up perfectly with each other. The way we use it to prompt on Midjourney is also totally changed. Now we can prompt in descriptive text like we do on ChatGPT. Midjourney has sure made a lot of improvement in their image generative AI model this time. With such a small team of only 11 full-time staff and an incredible set of advisors. They kinda also showed some signs related to releasing their API in the upcoming week. So this was the news of Tuesday. Midjourney upgrading to version 5 and adding the ability to understand normal sentences and introducing their magazines. Now on Thursday, Microsoft announced their 365 CoPilot similar to what I mentioned about Google was doing with their workplace. Microsoft is basically adding AI into their softwares. They're going to get it under Excel, they're going to get it under PowerPoint, inside of Outlook, inside of Microsoft Team, and in more in upcoming time. They also introduce their business that takes all of your Microsoft tools and uses all that for answering to your questions. Now, as your Microsoft workplace is connected to AI which can remember the things that you do on your computer. It will be really helpful for you for recapping the things. Suppose you are forgetting and you just cannot remember about a thing that you are remembering, but just you cannot remember. Come on, what I'm telling. So you can just use these AI, you can go and recap the things what you did in the past few days and check for the thing or what you are remembering. On Thursday, ChatGPT rival Baidu also made announcement about their own chatbot named Army, but their showcase didn't went well. They gave a 1 hour presentation on it. They didn't even show it live responses. They came with pre-recorded responses of Army that totally bored the public of the event. They did it with pre-recorded responses because remember the recent event which happened with Google Ward? They made a mistake in the responses and they losed billions of dollars because of it. So obviously Baidu was trying to avoid it, but they also failed here and their stocks slumped by 10%. So shareholders were not impressed either and it was kind of a miss. It doesn't look like they are fighting tightly in battle of generative AI. I suppose Baidu still needs to put a lot of work on its chatbot instead of just releasing an underdeveloped model. They should work on it. Now, as of Sunday, I am recording this video. There were no big announcement in AI after Thursday, but don't you go anywhere. Next week is also gonna be crazy big for AI. It is not just next week. This whole year is gonna be roller coaster ride for AI. Like on March 29, Google AI Summit is happening and Google is going to release something good as they have already made mistakes that they got to cover up. And then Nvidia AI Summit happening next week. They have pretty cool things to show too. Don't forget, they are the one who is distributing CPUs for training AI models. It is going to be intense and exciting with the GTC event kicking off from March 20th to 23rd. This conference is all about AI and is hosted by Nvidia with the CEO Jensen Huang. Speaking on March 21st, there will be a lot of presentation about the latest research and how technology is transforming the world. The conference is described as being for the era of AI in the metaverse and there may be some big announcement made during it. The conference will feature speakers from companies such as DeepMind, the co-founder of Openai, researchers from Meta, the chief strategy officer from Adobe, and many more. It is free to watch. The conference is virtually online and anyone interested in AI can attend it. There is a possibility of some cool breakthroughs coming out of the event, and there may be some big announcement about stable diffuser in it. Image, the founder of Stability.ai, hinted on the 15th of March that some big announcement that will be made next week about the Stable Diffusion. There is talk of Stable Diffusion 3.0 model being announced soon, as well as overhaul of Stable Diffusion online user interface. I guess I told too many times Stable Diffusion this time. Imad is someone to pay attention to Twitter. If you are not, he is at forefront of AI space. If you want to stay on top of AI, make sure you subscribe to the channel and like to the video for more content like this. I don't want you to miss this cool advancement in AI tech. So subscribe it, okay?